Woman killed, daughter injured in suspected domestic attack. What should have been a peaceful post-holiday morning turned to horror in the quiet community of Rose Hill in Content St. Andrew on Tuesday after a suspected domestic attack left one woman dead and her teenage daughter critically injured. The deceased has been identified as Sashana Shaw, whose body was discovered along a riverbed after residents responded to an alarm raised about 10 a.m. on Tuesday. According to reports, locals had to make a dangerous descent down a hillside where they found Shaw's partially clothed body bearing multiple chop wounds from head to toe. Her daughter, who was also attacked, suffered severe head injuries and remains in critical condition under medical supervision. The suspect in the incident has been identified as Ricardo McCarthy, otherwise called Crow, who was reportedly in a relationship with Shaw. A manhunt has been launched by the St. Andrew North Police, who are investigating the matter as a case of murder and wounding. The violence has left the community devastated. As the holiday done so, me can't believe this. Nothing content. Rose Hill dark, dark right now. Him should do this. Him should just leave. Him young, find another woman, a resident stated. People tell him to leave her because the violence not worth it, another resident stated. One resident told reporters that the woman wanted to end their relationship. Everybody know about them. You have people who know her and some know him. Some people also know the both of them. In week long time, a weak man do them thing ya, a relative of the deceased stated. The St. Andrew North Police are probing the murder and wounding incident. As at October 11, the division recorded 30 murders compared to 52 for the corresponding period in 2024. St. Andrew West Central MP condemns chopping death of woman in Rose Hill District, St. Andrew. Residents of Rose Hill District in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew, are in a solemn mood after a 32-year-old woman was chopped to death by a man in the community. Dead is Sashana Shaw, a bar operator of Rose Hill. Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Rural Juliet Cuthbert Flynn visited the victim's family. Speaking with reporters, the MP strongly condemned the incident, which she described as tragic. Cuthbert Flynn said the attack is a heartbreaking reminder of the urgent need to confront domestic violence in all its forms. She reiterated her charge for victims to seek the help needed.
The mood is very somber right now. I was speaking to the father earlier, and he just broke down crying, devastated by the news and what has really happened here in the community. It is a very quiet community, and so I, of course, knew the victim of this heinous crime, and, it is really, really a sad time for everyone. I am happy that the daughter, that she's okay, and, she has 3 children, and so I'm happy that no one else was harmed in this. It could have been worse. Jamaicans, on a whole, we should not tolerate domestic violence. Too often we hear of women being, beaten, killed, and there's so many women who have come to my office seeking refuge. And, we have to talk more about this, and we have to make sure that we are, allowing the women or even the men who are abused, let them know that there is actually help out there for them. I would say to any woman who is in any relationship and feel threatened, to make sure that it is reported and that they seek the help that is needed.
Father of slain schoolgirl charged with sex crime involving 6-year-old. Lawrence Sargent, the father of slain Christiana High School student Santina Sargent, has been charged in relation to a sex crime including a child. Lawrence was charged at grievous sexual assault on Monday. Police said the charge stemmed from Lawrence being accused of molesting a 6-year-old. He is facing the court on a sexual offense where he molested a child a few years ago, a senior police source told reporters on Wednesday. Lawrence remains in police custody as a suspect in his daughter's murder. Detectives are still awaiting forensics evidence to determine who is to be charged for Santana's murder. DNA swabbing was done on Santana's father and another family member as part of the police probe. A post-mortem had confirmed that Santana died from blunt force trauma. Her father was questioned in the presence of his attorney just over a week ago. He was arrested in Old Harbour, St. Catherine 4 days after the charge remains believed to be that of his 13-year-old daughter were found behind their home in Clarendon on October 6. 9 arrested, firearms seized in major operation in St. Mary. 4 people have been taken into custody following the seizure of an illegal firearm and ammunition during a major police operation in Crooked River, Onoto Bay in St. Mary on Wednesday morning. According to the police, around 6 a.m., officers from the Area 2 Fugitive Apprehension Team, acting on intelligence, carried out a targeted raid at a 3-bedroom house in Crooked River community. The operation formed part of a wider parish crackdown led by Superintendent Anthony Wallace, the commanding officer for the St. Mary Police Division. During the search, lawmen reportedly discovered a 9mm pistol with 1 cartridge chamber and a magazine containing 12 live rounds in a bedroom occupied by 2 residents. All 3 occupants of the premises were arrested and jointly charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Subsequent investigations led to the arrest of a 4th man at a nearby property. He is believed to be used with a weapon and was taken into custody on reasonable suspicion of possession of a prohibited weapon. In addition, police say 5 other individuals were arrested and charged with various offenses including possession of identity information, dealing in and trafficking ganja, and possession of an offensive weapon. The operation, which involved approximately 150 law enforcement officers, was part of an intensified effort to disrupt criminal network, recover illegal weapons, and strengthen public safety across the parish. Superintendent Wallace praised the coordinated effort of the joint team, commenting their tactical precision and renewed focus on targeting armed offenders. He reaffirmed the division's commitment to maintaining safety in St. Mary, stating, "The St. Mary Division remains resolute in its mission to make the parish safer for all law-abiding citizens." Man shot by police in St. Andrew succumbs to injuries. A 28-year-old man who was shot during an alleged confrontation with the police in Top Maryland District, St. Andrew, has succumbed to his injuries. He is Shamar Fetchel. Reports were that about 3 a.m., an operation was conducted in the area during which the police were allegedly fired on. The fire was reported to return, and when the shooting subsided, a search of the area was conducted. The police say Fletcher was found lying face down with what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the head and a firearm beside him. He was taken to the University Hospital of the West Indies. He succumbed later on Tuesday. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing the fatal shooting. As at October 22nd, there has been 248 police shootings. Some 51 cops have also been charged between 2024 and 2025 following Indicom investigations. Meanwhile, the St. Andrew North Police Division seized over 50 firearms since the start of the year in the quest to rid the division of illegal guns, gunmen, and wanted persons. The following persons are wanted in the division for murder: Fabian Watson, also called Bulla and Tristan, a welder of Florence Hill, St. Andrew, and Gregory Park, St. Catherine; Chevon Matthews, also called Max of Zambia, of Central Village and Blue Hole District, Red Hill, St. Andrew; Kemar Samuda, also called Scammer and Chopper, of a 104 Red Hills Road, Kingston 19 address; Emar Gridham, also called Bully Beef, of 128 Barbican Road, Kingston 8; Kenra Willis, also called Papa, of a Lawrence Tavern address in St. Andrew, is wanted for murder and as a person of interest in several other shootings and murders. These men are asked to turn themselves into the Constant Springs CIB or the nearest police station. Anyone knowing their whereabouts can contact the St. Andrew North Police Division at 876-924-1421 or call 119. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.